What's good, y'all? So in this video, I'm gonna be reacting to how Drake reacted and is losing it over getting dissed at the Oscars. Kendrick won at the Oscars. Who was at the Oscars? And that like in the Oscars movies or TV shows? I don't know. I ain't watch it, but yeah, this is a fantastic hip hop video. So we already know he about to go in on Drake. It's just it is what it is. Every time he's on my laptop, he go crazy. All right, so we're just gonna hear what he has to say. Let's get into it.
Now, when it comes to Drake, when Kendrick Lamar told us it was going to be a long year for Drake, I don't think any of us realized how much of a joke Drake was going to become, as even after the Grammys and the Super Bowl, where Drake got humiliated more than he ever has. Now, at the Oscars of all events, Drake got dissed here again.
Conan!
Now, after being the joke of a major cultural event that Kendrick Lamar had nothing to do with this time, Drake, OVO, and everyone around him are in absolute shambles over this and are really spiraling more than.
Hold on. Sorry, I was.
Before we go any further
Like,
into
comment, subscribe. You know what he be doing. Well, if you would like to like, comment, and subscribe to me as well, that's you know. By the way, I put a poll up, um, asking what album I should react to, and the options were Schoolboy Q, Blue Lips, The Sun's Tirade, Isaiah Rashad, and then Kendrick Lamar's Black Panther album. And it's looking like Blue Lips won, so expect that to be up probably Wednesday. I am going to do the other two at some point, but I just wanted to see what, y'all wanted first. So, anywho.
this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and as the Drake
Okay.
fans are livid about the loss their favorite rapper took in a rap beef going this far, be sure to leave that like so everyone can hear just how bad Drake and every single person around him are reacting to this. And so with that said, with this latest moment for Drake, it is truly wild that
I
the
didn't eat
influence
dinner
and
and I'm eating
effects of a
fucking
lyrical
bro.
back and forth are now taking center stage in an event that is all about the film industry, as at the Oscars. During about the halfway mark of the show, Conan O'Brien, who was hosting, unleashed a joke where he said, "Well, we're halfway through the show, which means it's time for Kendrick Lamar to come out and call Drake a P-word." And yes, Conan said the entire word on the full broadcast. And adding to this, then Conan followed it up saying, "Don't worry, I am lawyered up," which really made this thing even funnier. And with Conan saying this for millions of people that were tuned in to hear,
I want to see it. Damn. All right. Okay. I might look for the clip so I can see like it, in real time if the clip is up. I wanted to see it.
Playing into one of the biggest pop culture phenomenons we have seen in so long, and by doing that they were only going to get some laughs. Little did they know that they were about to cause the latest case of crash outs, wild theories, and overall more spiraling than you could ever imagine from Drake's side of things in hip-hop, because really, with the surprise of Drake catching a diss from Conan at the Oscars of all places, everyone near rap's biggest losing crew is running around with the most ridiculous theories that we have ever seen. And of course with Drake,
I bet they done said that Kendrick paid somebody to say it. That's what kind of stuff will come out these mofos' mouths. The LV hoes. That's what they'll say. On God. Stupid stuff.
as he just added the Super Bowl halftime show and what Kendrick Lamar did, and how many people saw that to his current suit to try and expand this wild theory he is trying to convince everyone of all over his loss in a rap beef, it is inevitable that we will soon see another addition to the most ridiculous piece of paperwork we have ever seen from a rapper, where Drake will once again say that him being at the center of a joke at the Oscars is another major moment in this plot that the industry has made to ruin his reputation and put his career in a place where it has never been worse off. And now while there is
He
a
should have
lot
pulled
more
a Will Smith, okay? He should have pulled up and slapped Conan. I mean, damn. You know? I don't understand. I don't understand. It's like when certain things happen, people become the butt of the joke, and it's never fun to be that. But it's not like this is the first time anyone has ever done. Like, come on. I just want to see what they're saying though before I start. You feel me?
been getting with why they think this joke was said and what it is trying to accomplish. I mean, let's just be real here, and I know for Drake fans this is hard because they are not just in delusion with hip-hop culture, but they don't seem to understand the fundamental conventions of how anything works. And putting things in perspective, with these award shows in general, and especially with the Oscars, with how much pressure falls on the hosts, especially in this moment because the job has seemingly gotten harder and harder to do decently, and without any all-time embarrassing moments, The Oscars are not picking on Drake here because they were told by his label and because they are trying to ruin his legacy in this super thought out and connected way. But just like a lot of the jokes, and especially the ones that garner attention at all of these award shows, Conan, the Oscars, and its writers decided to get laughs by mentioning a current cultural event that is on everybody's mind and that everyone
Exactly.
understands. It's as simple as that. And if Drake fans don't believe this, just look at all of the other jokes that have been said, not just at the Oscars, but at the Grammys or the Golden Globes. This is how hosts are able
Golden
to get
Globes too.
entire rooms of people to laugh, which ultimately is just by talking about something that the entire room should have at least a basic premise of, as it is of course a major moment that's happening right now. And even with this said, while Drake and the people around him are already coming out with narratives that this was all so much bigger and
I
that
want
there
to
has
see the
never
narratives. See, this is what we having with I was about to say All Star Hip Hop, Fantastic Hip Hop. Get to the point, bud. Damn.
never been a clearer signal that they are trying to end Drake's career and image like we have never seen. And of course, they are dragging this out by saying that Conan used a certain word to refer to Drake. I mean, ultimately, and with the way the joke closed, which had Conan referencing Drake's suit, which they are all ignoring entirely, what is really being shown here is not just that the Super Bowl was one of the biggest cultural moments we have had in so long, and that the stage Kendrick Lamar has taken hip hop to has never been bigger, but also that even outside of the hip hop world and the rules of rap beef, people everywhere are now looking at the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef and are seeing that after the diss tracks they released and the success of Kendrick's, that Drake is going after the song that won the beef with an entire suit, and just from the premise of that, it really does not take a hip hop fan to think that's absolutely ridiculous. And just as we
This is like, I guess, just like a question. You don't think Not Like Us won the beef? I thought Meet the Gram. I thought Meet the Grams ended it. I was like, oh, okay. Like it. I was like, you know, I feel like Not Like Us was dancing on the grave. You know, so
measures. And overall, now everybody is just clearly clowning him for it because it's ridiculous. And from the Super Bowl and Kendrick's performance, where he created a whole bit of the story there around Drake's suit and him going after Not Like Us, to this joke here, which is a response to that. Overall, what Drake should be learning is that it's not the impact of Not Like Us in the hip-hop community alone that has got the record this far and has made it this relevant still, but it's his own spiral out of control that has turned this record into one of the biggest songs we have ever seen, not just in hip-hop, but really in all of culture in so long. Because ultimately, if Drake just took his loss and moved on with his career after Not Like Us dropped, to this extent where now the major entertainment industries and award shows are making fun of him, nobody would be clowning him, and a joke like this would not even be able to work because it relies on the fact that Drake is the first rapper who decided to bring the loss he took on the mic into matters like we have never seen. Overall, while Drake's team are going to try and cite this as something which is showing the impact of Not Like Us and how it's ruined his image, which is of course what they are trying to convince everyone of. When you understand the full context of this joke and that this level of backlash that Drake is getting is not just because of the song, but it's really because of the reaction he had to the song, which is just so different, and ultimately, this is what's gonna make Drake just get laughed at when he tries to present reasons to why this song has made the place he is in his career get so bad. Because with a moment like this, it perfectly puts into perspective that Drake's own bad choices have been the thing that has ruined his image. And really, I think beyond whatever odd theories we are gonna continue to hear about this from Team Drake, as Drake is trying to change the entire
can I hear the theories? Damn, man. Maybe they're coming. Maybe he's gonna tell me because I want to. I don't. You know, he keeps saying Drake's people is being stupid and this and that and the third. I want to see the stupidity. I don't want to have to search. I already have to search for the clip.
to try and prove the ridiculous points he is making about Not Like Us. I think for people who are now in the know about this, a lot of entertainers in all fields see this as a blatant disrespect to the arts in general, and they don't just not respect Drake, but they want to make sure that ideas like his do not ruin the ability for people in general to express whatever thoughts they are feeling or whatever they are trying to say within the art they are making. And I mean with Conan especially. He was a writer on The Simpsons and SNL, which were of course platforms that made jokes and talked
Conan's
about people.
hilarious. Oh my God, Conan did like this special. Like it was a long time ago, but he did it with like Kevin Hart and Ice Cube, and then one with or a couple with like Kevin Hart. Oh my God, that was so funny, bro. And then Kevin Hart did something with Jimmy Fallon. Oh my God, that was so funny too. I'm having like flashbacks though because I used to watch it. Like I don't know, it was like a comfort thing during COVID. And now I'm thinking about it, I haven't watched it since. Probably reminds me of the time. I don't know.
has always been a part of this industry, and even when it comes to the whole controversy between Andrew Schultz and his awful response to Kendrick Lamar when he said some very off-putting things in response to Kendrick's diss on Whacked Out Murals. The Drake fans didn't seem to care at all there when Kendrick was at the center of that joke, but now of course they are so upset because this is about Drake. And so going back to this rule of being able to express yourself in your art and everybody knowing this. I mean, until Drake came in, this has always been the standard in everything. And of course, looking at this through rap beef, that has always been a rule in it until now with Drake. And so really, even with the context of that, I do think in a way that the entire entertainment industry is pushing back on what Drake is doing, because if he can do something like this over a diss record and beef where he didn't just say horrible things to Kendrick Lamar himself, but he fully understood what could happen by getting into this. Overall, it creates a scary standard for the future of how rappers, writers, and any other comic or person who is trying to say anything in their art may be able to speak. And when you look at this joke like that, well, Drake is going to miss the point on purpose to try and prove his point, and everyone around him is going to as well, so they can keep trying to create this image that he is a victim. At this point, beyond hip-hop and a rap beef, what's clear is that Drake has made more people angry than you could ever imagine, because it's not just about a beef or how Drake feels in a single isolated moment now, but with what he is doing, it goes against the way everybody has been able.
I'm I really tried to not do this, but this man done said the same thing about 5 times in different ways. So like I get his point. I'm kind of more interested in. I'm trying to see. And this sometimes, I like Fantastic Hip Hop's page for the most part. Some videos he does get really repetitive, and I have a lot of things to do most of the time. So yeah, we're gonna. All right, so here's the clip. I assume.
Well, we're halfway through the show, which means it's time for Kendrick Lamar to come out and call Drake a pedophile. Don't worry, I'm lawyered up. Anyway.
They're acting like
Headshots
screw you
for
gonna
a
have to
year.
shut up. Okay, let's see. See, chicks be having the other information. I have to do all my digging. This is what I don't want to do. Okay, I want to be able to go to a page and they
Yo,
give me
man, it's
all
your
the
boy Officially Ice from the Joe Budden.
whatever. I don't know what Drake and his goons have been saying about it, but I can already imagine that it's ridiculous stuff. It's really unfortunate though, because everybody seems to, I don't know, I grew up watching like Family Guy and shows like that where they just made fun of people for whatever the reasons were. So, like I said, usually people, depending on what's trending and what topic is big and everything, they become the butt of the joke, and it is what it is. Like, I'm pretty sure that wasn't the only joke that was made that night. And this just further goes to show that there is some sensitivity. Okay, there's some sensitivity occurring for whatever reason, not really sure, but I mean, I get it. I get him being sensitive because of what's going on, but I wish he would add that to the lawsuit. I wish he would, bruh. Like, just sad. Just, it's just lame, bro. But no, it is what it is. Anyways, y'all tell me what you think. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, and I'll see y'all in the next one.